2026 X6, 2025 X4. Which one should you go with? Now, if you don't know, the 2025 X4 is going to be done being in production. This is the last year to get a X4. Okay, this is the 2025 in Brooklyn Gray standard X4. They do have a X4 M40 as well, so that is the other one you can get. But this is the last year that you can get a X4. All right, and then over here you have your X6. Okay, so the X6 is 2026 here, and we've got both of these in Brooklyn Gray. I try to match them very close to each other so you can see if it makes sense for you. And sorry, it is very windy out here, but I wanted to make this video just so you can see for comparison which one makes sense for you. All right, now we're going to start with the 2025 X4 because, you know, I think it just makes sense to do that. But both of these are in the Brooklyn Gray, and you have three options with the X6. You have your standard X6 30, and then you have your M60, and then you also have your X6M. All right, so 3 trims in the X6 and just 2 trims in the X4. All right, now starting with the X4, you're going to notice the blacked out grille, which that's optional. A lot of this stuff that you can get on both these vehicles are optional based on your build. All right, and then to the left here, let's start with the X4. This one is pretty much spec'd out to look really good. It's got premium package, M Sport package, shadow line package, all that. We have this one priced at $62. But yeah, I mean, obviously you can build it how you want. They are still allowing you to build these cars, but like I mentioned before, they will no longer be available. Okay, so hopping into the inside, this one, we're going to have that red interior, which is my favorite. Personally, I think it looks really good on the just the BMWs in general. We call this Tacora Red Sensatec. So not real leather, but they look really good. The quality is good. I don't think you would need to go up to leather unless you just really have to have leather, then I understand. So really nice here. And I'm going to be talking to you guys about the major differences between the X4 and the X6. So one thing you're going to notice in the X4 is your display. All right, this is a 12-inch, maybe like 12.3-inch display, and you can do everything here. Everything's handled on the screen. It is touchscreen. You got Apple CarPlay, everything like that. Okay. You do, however, have manual controls for your AC. So like your heated seats and everything else there. You know, putting your stations on here, which I don't even know if people do anymore. Volume control. All those buttons are still here. Okay. Down here, you're going to have your wireless charger, cup holders, of course, 12 volt, another USB port there, which is the old USB-C. Wait, no, not USB-C, your old USB-A. So, and then here, a little different as well. So you're going to have your standard shifter. Obviously, you pull it back to go on a drive, pull it forward, put it in reverse. P for park. Use this to scroll on the screen and, you know, move around if you don't want to touch the screen here. Okay, so as you can see, when I'm turning this, it's moving on the screen. Okay, so very different setup here. Your different driving modes here as well. Start and stop the engine. That's your like emergency park and brake. All right, so really nice. This one does have the M Sport package on it, so you're going to notice the M on the steering wheel. But yeah, this thing is very nice. Now let's take a look at the back seats. All right. Maybe I should unlock the door. All right, so looking at the back seats, you're going to notice beautiful red interior. You do have some slight AC controls in the back, and of course USB ports back here. You do get USB-C there. One thing I didn't show you really quick is the center console. So for just so you can see how much space you get, and there is a USB-C port in there as well. All right, so back to the back seat. All right, so decent amount of space back here. I think you'll be comfortably fine sitting back here. Maybe if you're tall, your head might hit the top here, But for the most part, I mean, I've seen people get in no problem. So this here is how you're going to let the seats down. You just pull on this and you can pull the seats forward, or you have a latch here you can pull on and it'll pull the seats forward as well. All right. So done with that. Oh, one last thing. You do have a slightly smaller panoramic sunroof. All right. So now for your back, it's a little different. You kind of just push this to open it. And now you have your trunk space, okay? So a bit smaller than your X6, but if you don't need all of the trunk space, then I think this works out just fine, all right? So here is your X4. Now we're gonna turn over and check out the X6. The X6, this is a inline six. By the way, that is a 4-cylinder. This is an inline six. You can get it in a V8 as well. And we're gonna jump in the driver's seat here so you can see what it looks like. I love the X6. The X6 is my absolute favorite one of all the BMWs when it comes to SUV at least. So same red interior. Like I said, I try to match everything up the same, except this one looks a little different. You're gonna notice the padding on there. You know, that black mix there. I love that red with the black looks really, really good. And we're calling this the same thing, Tacora red, but the difference is this is Sensafin, okay? I think I said that right. So Sensafin interior, not leather. You can get it in leather if you want. All right, so one thing you're gonna notice that's different is your all-in-one display, all right? This is the new way for BMWs. It's the all-in-one display, which personally I'm a huge fan of. I mean, we're using technology like crazy anyway, so it's kind of like a smartphone, all right? Look at it like that. So all-in-one display here, with same concept with the X4. You can control everything here. You have your buttons here as well, but everything is done on this screen. Your AC controls are done here. You don't have any physical AC controls at all to adjust how the air blows out and everything. You do that with those knobs. And then volume here, you know, these are your only kind of buttons that you're going to have. Changing the song, volume there, power off, and then some buttons here for controlling the display. Now, one thing you're going to notice different is your gear shifter, okay? Over there, you have a physical knob that you pull back. This one is just the same concept, but it's a little, I don't even know what to call this, but that's what it looks like, all right? So you're going to pull that back, going to drive, forward, going to reverse. This P is for park. Start and stop the engine, all your different driver modes. So everything here is kind of the same. The only difference is going to be this here in the center, okay? Moving on to your wireless charger, it's slightly different, okay? So it's kind of tucked in there, so you really couldn't see your phone if someone was texting you or anything like that. It'd have to just pop up on your display here. The wireless charger is there. USB-A here, cup holders, of course, 12-volt port there. And like I said, kind of the same concept, just a little different style when it comes to this here. All right. M Sport on this one as well. And like I said, I'm a huge fan of this all-in-one display. I know a lot of people don't like it because they don't want to deal with technology. At the end of the day, we are in a technology world and you might as well get used to it while you can. Okay. Looking at the top, you're going to have the same concept with that mini, is what I call split panoramic sunroof. At this point, we're just going to call it a sunroof. And then we're going to take a look at your back seat. Before we do that, let's take a look at this sticker. We have this one priced at $87. It's got parking assistant, premium, climate comfort, M Sport Package Pro. All right, moving on to the back seat. You're going to notice the same beautiful red interior mixed with that black. And you got a lot more space back here. It's a bit wider. And you do have some ports back here on the back of the seat. You have full AC controls here. And yeah, this thing is very nice. I love the X6. This is my favorite one. Obviously, you can pull the seats down. Your latch to do that is right here in the back. So it's all right there, but this is going to be a lot bigger than your X4, all right? Last, we're going to take a look at the trunk. So you notice you don't do that for the X6. You just hit the button under here, and it opens up, all right? So this, if you don't know what this is for, this is so people can't look into the back of your car. Let's say if you got groceries or cool stuff back here that you don't want people to see, you can hide that by leaving that right there, and it can be removed as well. Looking under here, you have a spare tire, which is rare. You don't see spare tires anymore. So if you find a car with a spare tire, that is really good. So if you want more space, you clearly can take this off so you have that space if you need. But yeah, really good. So I want to be talking about kind of the real big difference on why you should choose maybe an X4 over the X6. To close it, by the way, you just press that button. So I would say go with whatever you feel like makes sense for you. If you feel like you need a wider vehicle and you want to have the newest technology, then I would definitely say go with the X6. Like I said, am a fan of the X6. I think it is beautiful. It's a beautiful ride. But if you kind of want to have something that's going to be nostalgia in a sense because they're no longer making the X4s, then go with the X4. If you don't need the wider or more space for the back seat and just comfortability, I would say if you're a bigger, taller person, definitely probably want to go X6. But if it's your first, what we call coupe, then I would definitely just go with the X4. So let me know which one you guys think makes more sense for you. Like I said, I like the X6. Do I need an X6? No, but if I was to go with one over the X4, I'd probably go with the X6, all right? But that's it. That's all I have for you guys. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and invite your friends and family. I hope this video helped you understand the differences between the two and hope that can help you with your buying decision, all right? I'm Justin here with BMW of Peoria. If you have any questions or just need a new vehicle, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I know you might be in another state or wherever you might be, but we can get things figured out, all right? Scoofy here. Subscribe to the channel. Invite your friends and family. Don't forget, once we reach 10,000 subscribers, I will be giving away $200. And I'm out.